What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for MicroStrategy Incorporated, known as Strategy Now. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So let's see what the market is doing today. Well, it opened up right around, it kind of gapped up a little bit from the prior day's close, traded a little bit higher, and then sold off basically for the rest of the day. And it looks like it's most likely going to close in the red for today as well. So you see that price has been below this EMA for a while now, this exponential moving average. So that's not a good sign. Obviously, price was looking bearish, and now it's still looking bearish. Price is still below the EMA. And looks like we're coming back down to the support level 317, potentially even breaking it. So this is more like a zone. So again, the support is not exactly at the 317 level. It could be even at lower prices like the 310. But right around the lower 300 level is support. That's where price bounces from, and it looks like we're headed back down there. Is it guaranteed to get there? No, it's not. But it looks like with price staying below the EMA and also making lower highs, as you can see here, price has been making lower highs for a while now. In conjunction with that, there's a good chance we do see a breakdown lower. Also, this was a measured leg up by the bulls. One leg up right here. This was the start of the second leg. This was just a possibility, and it looks like bulls are struggling to go higher. At the same time, you could argue that the bears are also struggling to go down lower as well. So this was all one leg down right here by the bears. This was the start of the second leg, and they're also struggling to go down lower. So the market is pretty balanced right now, basically since January 27th, and we haven't seen a lot of volatility since then. But again, as with MicroStrategy, that's not going to last a long time. Eventually, something's going to break either to the upside or the downside. And most likely, it looks like it's toward the downside as of right now. But that's not to say I don't expect higher prices. Even if we do break down lower, that will be a nice flush down to trap in a bunch of shorts to reverse the price higher. So I don't expect price to, break down lower and then just continue to trend down lower or something like this. I don't expect that to occur. I think that's a very low probability given everything going on with MicroStrategy and Bitcoin. So I'm not expecting that to occur, but you also have to be open to that as well. It's always a possibility. But I think the higher probability situation would be either a break up from here, but more than likely than not, we break down first and then we rally higher. So that's probably the base case as of right now. And like I said before, this measurement target at 240 is currently still in play. One leg down right here. Second leg down, that is still in play because it has not been invalidated yet at a 238 level, 240 level. So who knows if it will break down that much, but that is also a possibility. And then maybe we can reverse somewhere right around that target or even potentially even higher instead of dropping down that low. So again, that's what I see for MicroStrategy on the daily chart. Not much has changed. As you can see here, the market's fairly balanced, and there's currently not a strong imbalance between buying and selling pressure. So again, there's not much to report on the daily chart, but I think probably sometime this month, maybe early March, we'll probably see a breakout to the upside or the downside for MicroStrategy or strategy. Let's take a look at the weekly chart, and you can see here it looks like a triangle pattern, and looks like it's still consolidating for potential breakout in the long term higher. But the better picture to look at is on the log scale. So we could look at the log scale on the weekly chart, and you see that. Let me go ahead and erase all the drawings on here. So there's 7 of them. Erase all the drawings, and you see that we have a nice structured uptrend versus this prior bull market right here, which is more like a bubble. It was very unsustainable, and now we are in a more structured uptrend. As you can see here, we compare the angles. Let's take a look at this trend angle right here. We have this first angle right here. This was about 27 degrees, and then you set the next angle, which is about 42, and then you set the third angle. That one's about 60 to 70, so about 67. And then you had even the last steepest angle that it can go into about 77. So we have those 4 angles, and let's take a look at MicroStrategy's current bull market. This is about 36, and then we have this steeper trend right here, about 43, and we haven't even got the third one yet. So maybe the third one will start from now, which is unlikely. That'll be 56. If it's lower, it will be even a slightly lesser angle. So we're not even in a bubble as of right now. This is a very different trend. I'm expecting price to continue much higher. And overall, like I said before, price has pierced or pushed through the EMA every time in every pullback. So as you can see here, this is the bottom right over here, because obviously that's where the uptrend started from. This low right here. This is the bottom that I have circled. So this is the bottom right over here. And every time price pulled back, it went below the EMA briefly. So let's go look over that as well right now. So price went below the EMA here on this pullback, and this was the next pullback right here. Price briefly went below the EMA, went below the EMA here, below the EMA, below the EMA, below the EMA, below the EMA, and we have not done that yet. But it looks like we're about to briefly get through it. Below the 300 level, we'll get price below it, and then it'll probably be ready to rally. So again, it's not just based on that, but I'm saying that this has happened, numerous times before. So it's not nothing out of the ordinary. Most likely, it will probably play out the same way. And again, my long-term target is this leg right here. So we had this measured leg right here. Let me go ahead and get the arrow. So we have one leg up right here. This was the prior bull market. We cloned this arrow. We dragged this over. And what do you know? Price was finding resistance right off that level, right over here. And price continued higher from there. So that tells me that possibly we could be in a larger measured leg up. So you combine the first two legs together to form one larger leg, and you drag this over. And this target is right around the $2,400, $2,500 level. So before I was looking at the $1,500 level, measuring off of this impulse right here, one leg up right here, second leg up. This one's right around the $1,500 level, but the other one's at the $2,300, $2,400 level. And then my longer term one is at 4,000. So let's go and look over that on the monthly chart. So let's switch over to the monthly chart. So here's the monthly chart. And maybe we'll just look at the 2-month. Let me see if the 2-month looks better. So this is the entire price history for MicroStrategy on the market. And you can see that this prior all-time high right back over here is still doing something to the current price action. Why are we still stalling out at this current price action? See, price is always relative till it's not, which means that if price comes to a prior historical level, a lot of times you will still see some sort of reaction take place. And this was back in 2000. So that's 25 years ago. We're still below that level. We're still struggling to push through it. You see that price is still struggling to get through that prior all-time high. Why? Because, you can just think about it. Okay, people are holding their shares and they held on for that long. They're like, okay, if price comes back to my break even, I'm going to get out. That's one thing right there. Another thing is traders are like, okay, well, if this was the high in 2000, well, maybe this is the high in 2025. So people start selling their shares. They enter shorts. So again, there's a lot of reasons why that happens. That's not the point. The point is that the price is still relative till it is not. And this is still relative right here, this prior all-time high. That's why we're finding resistance from that prior peak. So once we break through that, then it's obviously open seas. There's no resistance on the left side of the chart. So again, like I said before, my target is $4,000. You measure this leg right here. All this is one large leg up right here. And I got that from, I believe, right about here. One leg up right here. Second leg up. That target was met. And now we combine the first two legs together. So one leg up right here. Let's clone this. This was the second leg. And then that's where the target was met. The top was reached at the $97 level in the prior bull market from the $2 level. So that was a huge gain right there, about 3,000%. And now we are seeing another leg up. So one leg up right here, second leg up, and this Bitcoin this strategy bull market is targeting the $4,000 level. So this one's a little bit above 4,000. So again, just give or take a couple $100 at that point. So just say $4,000 to keep it simple. And let's see from the low to that level how much that is. That's about an enormous amount. So about 31,000%. So we'll see if we get up there. I mean, as of right now, from this low to here, that's already 3,000, which is very similar to the prior peak. But this is still looking bullish. And again, a last thing I want to look at is this channel right here. So this one's important as well. So you take this swing, you drag it across the other two swings. So we have 3 touches on the bottom, and you drag it to the top. And that's exactly where price topped at. So you connect this swing. So you wouldn't know where the top is at, but if you connect the swing from this point to that low point, and then you see that price is tracking towards the top side of the channel, because the top side is off of this prior high right here. And then you can see that's exactly where price peaked in conjunction with that measure move target. So you had one leg up right here. Let's go and clone this. Second leg up. So if I was looking at this chart, I would say this would be the top right over here at the $90 level based on the measure move target and the channel. And you can see how price was tracking. It hit the bottom side of the channel, and then it was working its way to the top side right at the measure move target. So we had two strong indicators that could be a top. And what do you know? Price sold off lower. Now we hit the bottom side of the channel, and now you can combine the first two legs together to form one larger leg. So you drag this up. You drag it down up to the low, and that's the low right there. And then price would be saying, okay, well, we can probably hit the top side of the channel and potentially reverse. But in this case, this is a much stronger trend, and we broke through the channel, and the measure target has not been met yet. So where are we going now? So like I said before, the target's at the $4,000 level. Well, now you can double the size of the channel. So the prior, let me go put this back to where it was. You double the channel size. So if price was this, if price was tracking in this width of the channel, well, let's double it. So now the midline, now the prior high is the midline of the new channel, and then what do you get? You put the line across 4,000, and what do you get? This is tracking towards the top side of the channel right over here, which is coinciding with the measurement target, which is confluence. So again, you can use just one thing, the measurement target, or you can use the channel. A lot of times, the same analysis can come to the same conclusion, or a different analysis can come to the same conclusion. Someone might be using cycles, someone might be using VWAP or RSI or MACD or volume, or I don't know, whatever indicator there is out there. But a lot of times you're going to come to the same conclusion regardless. And it's just about reading the market and being in tune with it. The keyword is being in tune with the market. So overall, it looks like it's tracking towards that $4,000 level. Again, if it gets there sooner, if we blow off top sooner, then obviously the target is going to be less. If we get there sometime towards the end of the year, then again, we're going to be pretty close probably to the target. But again, obviously, it still has potential to continue moving up higher. So all I have for MicroStrategy in the daily, weekly charts. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.